Good evening, Zelda 1 fans. Welcome to another cosmic slugfest between the creator, Fred Coughlin, the Titan chessjerk. I'm HN tonight, joined by Tracy M. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, saw this race and I signed up for it because these two are good players and it's going to be a fun one. This is a matchup that could be very deep into brackets, but no, we're going to get it in Swiss Week 2.
Yeah, they very well could meet up again in brackets, so we could get a preview of what's to come. But it seems like these two guys always meet up sometime during the tournament, and seeing it this early is kind of interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have Mr. Hart himself versus the person that we can all thank for creating or blame, I don't know which, but for creating the randomizer.
Right.
Fred, works really hard and it has added some interesting new things. One thing I particularly like that I don't know if we've seen too much is I really like the addition of being able to up A on one controller.
I didn't even know that was an option until looking through last week, and I have to say that has got to be one of the greatest things that's ever been put in. It simplifies it a lot, so especially if you're using regular hardware, not having to find that second controller is great. Terrible start screen, by the way. We have vanilla level 5.
Yeah, at least we have a bunch of gorillas. They didn't roll down, sadly, but they are bomb droppers. Now, CJ didn't get any bombs, so yeah,
Indeed.
we're gonna go. We do have levels here, though. See where CJ enters in. This could be Q2. I'm seeing region instead of level is throwing me off a little bit. So no, this is not Q2. It's going the wrong way. Could this be one? I'm not sure.
Yeah, based on where chessjerk is right now, it cannot be Q2.
Yeah, it's way too far over to the left. Oh, Wizards and Lionel's in the same dungeon.
Yeah, we're just gonna take that Triforce and might see Fred come back in, see if that's an item staircase. Obviously, can't enter that without taking the Triforce first. But
no, I think he came out of that stair.
Okay. Then yeah, just take that and peace on out. No need to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. Meantime, try and get some bombs off these red gorillas.
Yeah, at least those guys are right there at the start. You can always up an A to try to get some bombs if need be, but obviously time investment there.
Oh gosh, red bubbles into the... Yeah, you just take the Triforce and get out.
Yeah, so it looks like...
33.
Maybe Shapes first half?
I think we're getting Shapes first half. Yeah, CJ's going to check one more room and see the blue Lionels, and I think you grab the Triforce and get out of here. Yeah, it's exactly what he's going to do.
Yeah, so if we got a Shape 6, we're going to have a second quest back half, which means... Spirals!
Woohoo! Now, I kind of like the spirals. They're terrible dungeons, but I find them interesting dungeons, if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure.
I'll take the spirals any day over the front half, because Q2-4 is just the worst of all of them.
Yes, the D is no fun. Walk through walls, bomb walls, one-ways, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and the nice thing about Q2 back half is we do get Q2-9, and Q2-9 is a much simpler dungeon than you typically get with Shapes or Q1.
Yeah, for sure. Many fewer staircases, a lot of different directions that you can go to start with, and a lot easier to cover. So, and we have speaking of level 9.
Speaking of 9, yep, there it is. Be back here in a little bit.
Or immediately to up A.
Yeah, get your health back. Why not?
Got Dark Nuts on the overworld, which is nice to keep them out of the dungeons, but as we saw earlier, we have Wizrobes and Lionels, so...
Oh, that's a cheap hint shop. Now we don't have the book, so we're not going to pay anything for them, but... 122 large secret, that's really nice. Especially for CJ, who is going to try and buy a candle instead of taking one out of a Take Any cave. He's going to have candle money already.
I'm going to assume we had a raft start. We saw Fred try to push the push block there, and it didn't work.
Yeah, the raft start is, well, it's the least favorite in general. Only opens 2 locations. Typically doesn't get you anything, but at least we got something.
Yeah, both of my races have been wrap start. I personally would prefer the recorder. You get to hit a lot of spots. Power bracelet's nice too, because if you want to do an early death mountain, you don't have to go back up there other than for one spot. But the recorder's just nicer because they're kind of spread out a lot more, and you can obviously use them to get back to dungeons.
Yeah, and you know, you see them both doing this screen wrap to get over to Death Armos, hoping to find the Armos item. And yeah, Fred will grab this candle. We'll see if CJ decides to grab the heart, as he is known to do. But I would, if I had the recorder, I would go through the grave area, because there's a couple of recorder spots there. Yep, chessjerk living up to his gotta have heart, gonna grab the heart container. As long as there's a candle shop available, he'll be fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, lots of rupees, so definitely can afford to buy one when it's there. But obviously an interesting personal choice, as it does slow down exploration just a little bit.
Looks like Fred's going to go a different direction, maybe head over to the eastern part of Hyrule, hoping to get the Armos item at this point is going to be somewhere in those eastern spots.
Speaking of rupees, chessjerk overcapping by about 50 there.
Hopefully he finds that candle shop soon and is able to get that money candle instead of the heart candle. I mean, none of the candles are really free unless you find the red one under, you know, in a dungeon somewhere. You're paying with something, essentially.
It'll be interesting to see when we get over to the east side of Hyrule, because our Armos item will be over there.
Yep.
And there's a
candle shop. Let's see how long it takes chessjerk to get to that location. Of course, unless that's the rare shop, you might find another one before that.
Yeah, 42 is a pretty decent price.
I believe lowest is 40, so that's going to be nice for him. There's
Region
7.
7.
Woohoo! Our first spiral. Now, there's been a lot of talk about 7 and whether it has bomb walls or not, and turns out it can. It's not normally going to have bomb walls. The Vanilla Dungeons does not have any bomb walls. But as it turns out, sometimes the game can force bomb walls into it.
Yeah, it just kind of depends on how things lay out. But always got to pay attention for that.
Yeah, the worst part about a Quest 2-7 is that it's going to have 2 muggers.
Yep, and for the most part, you get to walk in a straight line.
Sometimes they'll be like, if not back to back, they'll be very close to each other. Fred also going to find level 7, or you could just be ladder blocked.
We can still go west towards the Triforce. He may try to do that.
Yep.
But
yeah, I believe there are some other options.
But yeah, I think it was last night there was the race where with one of them where they went into 7 and it was a mugger heart.
Yeah. I think that may have been the one I called. Yeah, it was like there was 2 hearts in the dungeon and you had to pay the mugger to get them. I think the other option was keys, and they did not have the any keys, so really wasn't an option. Careful.
And Chester can just clear this out. Maybe he can find another staircase here. Yeah.
This could be a staircase. I mean, 7 and 8 in second quest, if it looks like a staircase, it's probably a staircase.
Yes, almost every time.
And we're way at the bottom, okay. Unfortunately, not anywhere near that Triforce. So he does get a fairy, though. That's nice. Probably trying to get a bomb off this blue Lionel, because there's no other reason to clear this room. It will not have a drop, unless it's already standing there.
Oh, the key on the other side of the water.
Yeah, that is one of the item drop locations in this dungeon. And when it's an item, you feel really, really sad. Or I should say, if it's an item you want, you feel really, really sad. And there's another key that's ladder blocked.
Hi, Patra.
And a Patra. Which if, if we can... And with the Expando Patra, as long as you can kind of hide in that corner, which, yeah, chessjerk was able to for a second, this is doable. But he can't take another hit.
Yeah, Fred unfortunately took a death in a stair room that we hadn't seen yet. Oh, chessjerk's in a... Oh, I was going to say, if he got the right one, he's in a bad spot now. This Patra being a jerk.
Yeah, and one thing to note about Patras in particular is that the little Patroids on the outside are considered regular enemies, so they are going to go plus or minus 1, or plus or minus 2, like all the other enemies. The center eyeball, however, is considered the boss part, and it's always going to be the same.
Looks like the blue Wizrobe is the keystone enemy, so unfortunately can't roll that one out. But Fred's gonna check this staircase.
Yeah, we're just gonna up A out of this mugger room. No need to pay off the mugger when there's nothing else beyond that. But rooms we've already been in.
Special to note, heart and 4 keys, so not what you want to do on either thing.
I mean, Fred can pay it off because he's got, he could do the zombie link thing since he doesn't have the heart for the take any. It would be really sad if chessjerk had to pay that heart that he picked up instead of the candle early on.
Definitely. Let's see, we got key door to get to the Triforce if Fred wants to do it that way, and he's going to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we can't go any further without another key, so...
Well, he did have that staircase that he could have taken, but he decided not to. I think he's just going to take the Triforce and kind of bail for now.
That makes sense. Ooh, nice clock for CJ.
And dealing with Wizrobes and Lionels and wood-stored 3 hearts is not exactly fun, as we find level 5 right next door.
This could be a better level. Or we could be immediately ladder blocked. See if we can go a different direction. Or we can go up at least. Okay.
I think up's out.
Oh, never mind.
Might be able to go to the right, maybe?
Yeah, I think we're going to try and pirouette that.
Nope, we're just going to peace out. That's fine. Alright, we'll see if CJ has any better luck finding anything here. There is, like I said, that one staircase that Fred opted to not take in to get the Triforce. Oh, Fred is going to go back here. All right. And
nope.
Ladder blocked.
We are completely ladder blocked.
Great information to have early.
I mean, people joke about, because we have important items in 9, but knowing that you're ladder blocked out of something, knowing the ladder's not going to be in 9, it's kind of good. And we find 2.
Three levels right here in a cluster. That's always nice.
I'm not sure what CJ just grabbed. I'm going to assume it was bombs.
Fred doing a nice little tech there.
Just walks right into the blue Wizard room. This dungeon is just nasty right now.
Yeah, Fred using some tech there with the shutter door that popped on the south end side. He up and aid, which then unlocked the key door on the southern side of the dungeon. Very nice. Saving himself a key. Wow. All right.
Ooh. Okay, so that heart pickup is going to pay off for CJ. Okay, maybe not as much as it could have, because Fred now has the 4th heart that he'll need to pick up the any key, but CJ will have it just a little bit sooner.
Yeah, we'll see if that pays off in here at all with these key doors. But Fred just looking for one item at this point, and the Triforce is right there as well, so... Going pretty quick.
Oh, look at that.
That is definitely an alligator.
Yeah. I could buy that.
Or Hungry Hippo.
White sword. Yeah, you're bringing me back. White sword early, that's really nice.
Man, what a nice seed so far. I think Fred gonna dig for a key here.
Having Lionels and Wizrobes in the same dungeon is not exactly what I'd call nice, but White sword will mitigate that a bit. There's a white sword for CJ. So, interesting situation where CJ hasn't gone back and gotten the level 7 Triforce. Might make it a little bit more likely that he goes back in later to get items, which could be big if they're important items. On the other hand, it does mean he is going to have to come back here. Now, if we get a recorder, he'll be able to come back pretty easily with level 2 just right here in level 5. He's going to find the bad news. We can't go up very far in this level 5.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left for him to explore in level 7 either. He's got maybe 9-10 rooms. So, if you come down to whether or not you're going to dig 8 or shape 6 or something of that nature, I think 7 might be on the docket, even though they say never 7. If you've got that much and you know the path that you got to take, I think it's something you do. Get yourself 6 or 7 hearts with the white sword, and you're going back in.
He's going back in right now. He's got better combat. He's got that any key. He knows the mugger is a key mugger, so he can safely run into one of those without any consequence. Fred buying a blue ring. You don't see that purchased this early that often, but with that much money, yeah. Go ahead, buy that blue ring.
I like it. And you know what they say? When you buy a blue ring, the red ring appears 10 minutes later.
No, that's what happens to me a lot.
Yeah, white sword alone is just going to make this so much easier to deal with. And Fred going to go, oh, I thought he might gamble.
I like gambling on low money.
Oh, for sure. Now, this is the stair that Fred opted to not take, and we're going to see CJ go ahead and do that.
This will go someplace in the middle. No, it won't go someplace in the middle.
Oh, it is a one-way. So where do we gotta go?
Okay, well, Can we go down from the Triforce room?
Yes, we can. There's a key door there.
Which we didn't have any keys for, so...
Correct.
Yeah, so CJ maybe goes a little bit beyond the Patra and the Triforce room. There's something good in here, so it'll be really big. Because who knows when Fred comes back here. A ladder would be really good for him. Obviously, bow or silvers. Yeah, I don't think Fred had a key to go down this way.
Correct, yeah, he was out of keys.
Unfortunately, CJ without a candle yet is going to have to improvise in these dark rooms. There's a mugger. We don't care anymore. We got lots of keys. We have all the keys in the world. Yeah, that's not gonna. You're not gonna be able to walk through walls. That does not happen in this dungeon. Oh, this could be an item, or it could be a transport. Is it level 7?
Yeah, unfortunately, chessjerk got hit by a red bubble as well, so he's not able to use his sword. But we do see Fred in level 8.
Yeah, you don't need that key.
I'm surprised he didn't go in that corner staircase.
Yeah, I am too.
Game showing, even though most open stairs is off, there are still plenty of them. Man, if you have to clear that room to get to the items, that's no fun at all.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it, CJ! Or he's just... I'm really surprised that he didn't give that a shot.
Chat suggested he might have actually gone through it earlier, but yeah, he wants his sword back. He didn't hit the bubble.
Oh, that's a fair point. You're right. He did come out of that earlier. Okay, so you have to clear those blue wizrobes to get to both items.
Ladder in 8. He's not going to get a ladder in here. There you go. Get that sword back.
Yeah, so we have to clear that 6 blue wizrobe room to get to both items here in level 7.
That's really disgusting. But one thing I'll note, I like the way CJ left just the blue wizrobe in the open staircase there. As long as you can clip into that, now you're always dealing with the one wizrobe and never having to deal with all the others. You just go right in it. We're gonna grab the Triforce. No, we're gonna keep going. So we now know the ladder can't be here for chessjerk. We could the other nice things that he could get.
Oh no,
There's
CJ!
The bubble. Okay, I think he just grab the Triforce and get out of here. But the other good things he could find in here, of course, recorder or power bracelet for a block dungeon, a wand for offense, a red ring for defense. For him, a red candle would actually be really, really nice. And of course, bow or silvers. Always good. And of course, you know what happens when you grab a Triforce out of a boss room.
Indeed. chessjerk is going to get his candle here, at least, so that'll help him get his exploration going.
Guria's not playing nice. Not dropping bombs.
At least this level 8's pretty tame. The enemy set's not bad at all.
You know, I wonder if he buys a meat. Okay, with this much money, I thought maybe he'd go back and buy the meat. Level 8 is not as bad about meat blocks as Q2-3, but it's not uncommon with a dungeon that linear that you run into it. A lot of times, though, it's on one of the horizontal parts of the dungeon, so you just kind of walk past the meat guy and you just laugh at him. Or maybe you feel sorry for him, I don't know.
He gets to stay hungry. Koreans are being extra stingy.
Continue to not drop bombs for CJ. Ooh, 4.
4 is a good dungeon.
Could be an immediate item, assuming we're not segmented, which is never a safe assumption. Okay, heart. And an old man who's not going to tell us anything because we do not have the book yet. And of course, once we do get the book, those old men are going to give us hints, and they're all going to be true hints. They're not always useful hints.
Step over the water to get the heart container.
Yeah. Or, you know, sometimes they're inadvertently misleading, I guess. We won't call them lies because they're not, but you know, sometimes you get two fetus. You'll get a fetus strength, and there's 2 fetus strength dungeons. You know?
Yes.
And you get to choose one, or the ladder hint where you go into the dungeon that is completely ladder blocked and it's just not there.
Right. Or, you know, the Guria grumbles in Death Mountain and you're in level 7.
Yeah, that's a popular one. Alright, another transport for Fred.
Ah, poor CJ.
Oh, and he can't even get the bomb because we don't have a boomerang. This is why you pick up your boomerangs. Unless they're really out of the way, then you don't bother.
We're going to take a couple of these staircases that he skipped earlier to see if we can't get to a couple of new locations in this level 8.
Well, Moblin's nicer than the Gurias, and they are dropping bombs for CJ.
Of course, Fred gets a one-way back to the room he's already been to.
Yeah, 2 of those one-ways are going to show up in 8.
Ooh, recorder on the floor.
Okay, that could be important. And it's early enough that CJ's not going to have to do a whole lot of backtracking for things that he's already done, which is nice.
And good news is this is level 4, so the Triforce will be on the outside of this ring here. Bad news is you've got Tektites in a tea room.
Yeah. At least they're not. I mean, I don't know if they rolled up or not, but they didn't roll up past 2, so we can kill them with one stab of the white sword.
There we go.
He had to know that the Triforce was going to spawn there. Let's see if he goes back in. No, oh wait, we got a heart in here as well, so... He's done with that dungeon. Koreas are still not dropping bombs.
They're on strike. All right, Fred finally gets to a spot he hasn't been to. And he gets a book.
Okay, now we get to now he gets to understand the old men. I believe we already saw one of the hint shops, and I want to say it was pretty cheap. We still haven't found the Armos item, have we?
Nope,
We do
no
find
one's
the
gotten over
Anyros.
there yet.
Oh, there's a recorder spot the CJ can skip now. And he's awfully close to another recorder item. A power bracelet
no.
on the coast. Oh,
Poor
Fred.
Fred.
Oh, CJ, there's a recorder spot right there.
The good news is Fred will be able to get that power bracelet when he goes over there.
Yeah, that'll be good for him.
Oh man, Chevy rooms and red bubbles are just not nice. Hey,
Not
nice, but
good.
nice. Get the candle boost through, I'm pretty sure.
Level 3.
Yeah. Nice tech there by Fred. By Fred. By threading through the needle.
There you go. Oh,
Got a
there's
bow
a bow on the
floor,
floor in
man.
3. Well, Fred's not going to miss that. Nice to walk right over a bow like that, though. Have we seen an arrow shop yet? I'm not sure we have.
I don't believe so. Wondering if I think Fred's gonna. Well, he doesn't have a recorder to check that one, so I think he'll just grab his Triforce here and maybe get the heck.
Yeah,
out.
at some point, you just got to be done with these big dungeons like a Q28. DJ was about to push that block, and then of course the key decided to spawn.
Thought Fred might go south there for a second, but he said, "Nope, I'm on one heart. I don't want to die. Let's just get out of here."
Okay, this looks like it could be a staircase over in 3.
Please be a segment. Or the
The
wand.
wand. Okay, that's a nice item.
You said this wasn't a nice seed.
I'm saying Wizards and Lionels in the same dungeon is not nice. We've gotten a lot of other nice things, though.
Fred gonna be able to clip over here to get to the power bracelet.
Yeah, doesn't know what he's getting. There's a compass for CJ. We're gonna get this raft spot check as well. Are we sail not today?
Indeed we are.
If we are. I mean, it's not even a good rupee amount. It's just 8.
I think both had money on them, though.
Which, yeah, I mean, not the worst thing ever, but yeah. A little underwhelming with our starting item. Alright, Triforce out of 3 for CJ. Got both items. It's done here. Okay, now let's get an Armos item or 2.
Yeah, right? Like, 28 minutes
or
in.
2. It obviously, there's just gonna be 1.
And it was a heart container.
Okay, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, so Fred going up to Death Mountain, so he's gonna miss that clutch.
Yeah, CJ's gonna not pick that up. It's another heart.
There's our arrow shop, but we are unfortunately 30 rupees short.
Yep. CJ would buy those arrows if he could find them. Could be I think that's the first one we've seen. That could be the the rare shop, which is not ideal for CJ having already picked up that bow. On the other hand, maybe he finds silvers before he buys them.
Not the rare shop, but they might all be in Death Mountain anyway.
It's certainly possible. Okay, so I think CJ goes and does the raft spots, and then he could take the any roads up to Death Mountain if he wants.
Yeah, finally with a full complement of bombs. Unfortunately, not able to get that power bracelet, so if he does go up here, he's not going to be able to do these power bracelet checks.
I didn't actually see Fred push that, but I assume that he did, and it didn't.
The second quest medicine spot, or letter spot? Yeah, he did.
In the meantime, CJ is going to clear out the Lost Hills. It may end it by heading over to Death Mountain. More money that he can't pick up. You mark these down, but you may never come back here again to pick those up later.
Hey,
Level 1. Ooh, that's a nice dungeon to find. 2 floor items plus 1 staircase item.
So that's all of our dungeons.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right.
So recorder not even required, I don't believe, and power bracelet not required.
Power bracelet definitely not required. That recorder, there was that dig dogger right before the Triforce in level 8. Non-zero chance that that's silvers.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. I just meant to get into our dungeons. We didn't actually need any of the overworld items, which is kind of rare.
It's fair. Yeah, I mean, the reason why they didn't put the required overworld block is most seeds just have it.
Ooh,
boomerang on the floor. CJ says nope.
All right, level 3 for Fred. So he's gonna get his bow.
Oh, there's a Triforce in 1, but you dig 1. It's too small not to.
For sure.
And of course the compass 1 room after. And this guy that's saying something about hints. And when Fred gets here, we might actually get to see what he has to say. Yeah, let's see that map. Oh, it's not too bad.
Look, it's a baby spiral.
Yeah, there you go.
So we got another heart container, a boomerang, and I guess that's it.
Oh, yeah, the bottom part is ladder block, so the last item must be there.
Ah. Man, another advantage for Fred.
Is that our last take any? I feel like we've seen 4.
Yeah, chessjerk now has a shot at the magical sword if he happens to locate it.
Yeah, we might never actually see the magic sword because, I mean, our runners individually haven't found all their dungeons yet, but I want to say CJ's only missing 8.
Yeah.
Because he just did one. Like, also, look at his dungeons. He just used to get 5 and 8.
And he can't
5
do
was
5
ladder
until he
block.
gets into 8, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, Fred's just missing 5 and 1, but they are right up here.
Oh, wait, never mind. We have one more take any for CJ.
We think that's the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so chessjerk just needs 8 and 5, and he is on his way. Silver's still at large, but man, I'd have to think that you're gonna go to 9 and look for those if you get all your Triforces.
Yeah, I mean, 8 was a pretty big dig for Fred to just get the items. So we'll see if there's just that one spot underneath the dig dogger that I'm very suspicious of.
Yeah, I think the only place I'd probably go back to quickly would be level 1 once I got the ladder. It's just a
Yes.
few rooms. But
And
otherwise,
we
with
have,
second
yeah.
quest 9,
Yeah, we have the recorder. I mean, you could argue that, yeah, he thought about that blue ring. Of course, the problem with the blue ring is we know that there's a good chance he picks up that book. And if he buys a blue ring, he will not be able to afford those hints.
yeah, we just saw the second hint shop, and I think it was maybe 100 rupees between the 3 of them, so
Yeah.
that's pretty cheap as well.
Yep.
Fred gonna get his heart container here.
There's another blue ring taunting him. Rolled down a bit.
Gonna burn it.
This shows you what Fred how Fred feels about a boomerang.
I like toasty bananas. And once Fred gets the map here, he'll be able to see that little jaunt of a section to go down into.
So to answer what is CJ saving his money for, there are two things I can think of that you save your money for here. The first one being bomb upgrades. We haven't. The bomb upgrades are going to be an 8 and I believe 5. I'm still not entirely sure how it works for the shape side of the dungeons. I think it just lands up in the first quest location, which is not true when it's all shapes. Because if it's all shapes, I mean, we've seen like literal back-to-back bomb upgrades in the same dungeon. But it will be an 8 because second quest 8 has the bomb upgrade. The other thing he might be saving his money for is hints. If he gets that book, he's going to be able to afford those hints, and if he buys a blue ring, he will no longer be able to afford those hints.
Yeah, hints are a big deal. They definitely can alter the course of the game for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember
CJ wants this recorder to pay off, and it's just not.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, it's just he's looking for that one level, and I actually don't remember where level 8 was. But
I don't either.
It's not under a recorder spot, unfortunately. Should be seeing what our final. Oh, it's just a heart container. So.
Okay. I mean, CJ might be a little bit sad that he won't have that heart container, especially if it's the difference between magic sword and not magic sword. But it's not going to stop him from finishing the game.
Actually, Fred hasn't seen 4 yet either, now that I think about it.
No, yeah, I think that's correct. He's going to grab a potion. No guarantee the letter's ever going to show up, so that makes sense. I feel like 8's got to be somewhere in this general area that CJ's in right now, because I want to say Fred went west while CJ went east after they were both in level 7 at the same time.
Red demonstrating a nice little HUD clip.
We still haven't found any arrow shops outside the ones in Death Mountain.
Yeah, fortunately, unless there's something in level 5, it doesn't look like that's going to be too big of a deal. Be interesting if Fred gets down to the forest, which I don't believe he's been to. He'll be able to get that one hint shop. Gonna save that for a potion later, it looks like.
Yep. Ah, see? It's in the Deadwoods area. The very bottom corner. Hopefully CJ gets his ladder here. Yeah, off no point pointing out that Fred is got 206 rupees, almost max money, having already bought the blue ring. There's a lot of money that CJ's left on the table because he's had too much money to grab it.
Chessjerk doing some reflecting, it looks like. slight meditation before entering what is known as level 8.
And if I recall, the ladder wasn't too deep into this dungeon.
Yeah, I wasn't too deep, but I believe it was to the west.
Yeah, I believe
South
that's
is the way to everything else.
Immediately taking the transport. I think in general, for some of these dungeons, the school of thought is either immediately just take your transports and eliminate locations, or wait on them. There's that book.
But does not have that ladder, and I don't remember if there's a ladder block going this direction to the Triforce or not. I think you gotta kill this Patra and take this stair. No, Fred died in this room.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So this could be our item.
Yeah, CJ with a little better combat because of that wand can double up the damage between the wand and the white sword. You're gonna go this one last room if you can, before taking that transport. Or last 2 rooms. Without the actual map, I have a really hard time visualizing where they are on the vertical axis.
And level 4 for Fred here, so he's gonna get his 2 items real quick.
Yeah, 4 didn't take CJ very long. Aha, and there is one of the, typically you'll get 2 of those Chevy rooms in level 8. There are 2 in the vanilla, Quest 2.8.
And they're always the one-way staircase without a ladder.
It happens way more often than it should. And blue plus blue equals red for the ring. Wouldn't that be nice?
Man, if you had 500 rupees to drop, that would be ridiculous.
There's that bomb upgrade for CJ. Gets a +5. That's really nice.
Yeah, this is an area that Fred had not been to.
Are we gonna try and kill the manhandler? Now, without the compass, it makes sense to do this, hoping the Triforce is here. We do get the map. CJ says no to the map.
Gotta make your trackers and your commentators miserable.
Yeah, make it more difficult for us, but you know, it's you know, you lose a second, pick that up.
Right? I'd almost take it just so I didn't have to go back through that room. Those red bubbles suck.
Yeah, they really do. Very sad that CJ hasn't found an arrow shop. This would be a much easier room here.
Yeah, they're not too bad with both the wand and the white sword, at least.
Yep.
If this takes him back to that red bubble room, I'm just gonna have a good cackle. It doesn't, thank goodness.
No, it takes him towards the Triforce, I think.
It does, yes.
This,
and
yeah, this is the room
we're talking about. Yeah. If this is Silver's, this is a big turning point for chessjerk for sure.
Yeah, but does he go back in for the ladder? I mean, he's kind of running out of places for the ladder to be other than going back into that nasty 7.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh my gosh!
Wow, that is so big. Now, Fred knows that room exists, probably has it, and I would say marked on his tracker, but Fred uses old-fashioned. He uses pen and paper.
Actually, that is the last place you go.
But yeah, I mean, you probably go into 9 first, especially a Q2-9. Q2-9 is, it's kind of nice.
I mean, the saving grace here is chessjerk has to find a ladder out of level 8. So
yeah,
that's going to take him a few more minutes. Fred's going to find level 5.
I would take that Triforce, go back to start, and go the other direction. But there's probably some rooms here that he hasn't seen.
So Fred's going to get his 5. He's going to clear 5. He's going to go to 9. The question is, does he clear 9 faster than it takes chessjerk to beat the game? Because outside of 7 and, well, I guess level 6, we didn't get either item out of 6 either. Man, that's tough.
Yeah, it really is.
I still think that's the last place. The last place to go is 8.
I might go back here before I dig a shape 6.
Wow. What a turning point in the race. That's crazy.
Now, we'll see if CJ goes back in. Yeah, and to answer chat, it was a staircase.
Yeah, you got to go west from start. He's
Go
going to
back
leave.
in. He's leaving. Okay.
Okay, so this kind of evens it out. He might go to 7 or he might go to 6. Or
He's going to go back to 1. No. Okay. Well, I thought 1 because it has that ladder block. No, he doesn't have the ladder. Oh, gosh. Did we see this map of 5?
oh, wow.
I don't think we saw the map of 5. Oh, he's going back to... I mean, he's got more hearts, and he's got a white sword, so okay.
And again, it's like 9 rooms. I can dig this. Literally and figuratively.
Mm-hmm. Now, the difference between CJ's situation and Fred's situation is that CJ can't go to 9 without that ladder.
Correct. Which is kind of an advantage for him, honestly.
Yeah. He's gonna find the items here in 7. They're not that much further away. But Fred, he could full clear this 5 for silvers. He could choose to go back to 7. He can choose to go back to 6. But he can also choose to just go to 9.
I think 9 is the easy play for almost everybody in this case. I mean, if you got it being second quest 8, 1 item, and shape 6, I'm going to 9 every time.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I think the only saving grace is I do think when Fred does eventually get back to 8, the room is, it was a very conspicuous room. There's a heart for CJ.
Item 1.
Trying to think if there's... Are there any more quality of life items we can... I guess red ring.
Red ring is pretty much it.
Yeah. But, you don't turn down a red ring.
Oh, no, Fred!
Oof.
That's a rude room.
We're running out of transport staircases, but we haven't run out of them completely, because there's one more.
left. That's probably the one way or something stupid, too.
I mean, there are 5 staircases in 5 transports in 7, including a one-way in 7 as well, so it has its trolls. Well, it's not going to be this room.
So what room is left?
No.
I guess south from here, yeah.
Well, the south from there is the chute, I think.
That's a fair point. I wonder what room he has
maybe
left.
it's this room. Maybe he hasn't cleared this room yet.
Yeah, he might have died in here earlier. Maybe?
Okay, what do we got? Red ring?
All right.
Oh, gosh, okay. The rich get richer. I mean, that's the best... I mean, honestly, that's the best consolation prize you can get out of going back into this 7.
And the question is, where does he go next?
It's got Q28 versus Shape 6.
Looks like 8's the answer.
Go
Nope,
in,
I lied.
go.
My bad.
Go in! Ah.
I love it. It went from, man, CJ's got this, to it's even again.
Yeah, what do we see? Like 3 rooms of level 6?
If that, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is absolutely a race. And, we've seen all these rooms in 5. Have we seen the Triforce? I've been watching what CJ's been doing.
I don't believe so.
So, yeah, CJ has to go through this 5 as well. And it's a pretty nasty 5. That map. Oh my god, that map.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen either item yet, either. Yeah, definitely do not like Shape 6.
Yeah, I think I'd rather go through a dungeon where I know what the shape is.
And there is the Triforce for Fred.
Yep.
Does he go back in? Nope,
He's not
we're
going back
to
in.
9.
Well, there's nothing left to find in 9 other than... And It's possible. Oh, there's the raft we started with. That's such a sad item. Okay, this is where I absolutely floor item in shape 6 is so much worse than staircase.
Yeah, does Fred know where the hint shops are? Because that would be like
That
the
would
biggest
be
deal.
Yeah, that would be huge. I don't know if he does. I also don't know if he actually has the recorder.
He did pick up the well, actually, no, he
He's
did
not
pick up the
marked.
recorder.
Okay,
I saw him with it earlier.
Okay, there you go. Then he's got the recorder. Strangely, this is one of those times where getting the hint play a melody for, the silvers is a really good hint for him.
And he could get the hint in here, correct? That it's elsewhere?
Yeah, he could get the hint in here that the silvers lie elsewhere. Now, one of these days I need to actually pay attention to how many old man rooms are in this 9, because I was looking at the map for the vanilla game. There's only one old man room in Vanilla Quest 2.9. So I don't know if that's a change that was made to add more, or if I just never noticed that there isn't more.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you.
And my understanding is even in a Shapes or a Q1-9, there are 3... Oh gosh, well you can't go through Ganon. So there are 3 possible hints you get. You get the one that, such and such enemy guards the... okay, we can see the 6. It's segment, of course.
Delightful.
You get the such and such enemy guards the compass. You get the quadrant for Zelda and the quadrant for Ganon. I mean, this isn't as big a 6 as some 6s we've seen, but yeah, this is still a lot of rooms that we're full clearing. With Wizrobes and Lionels. At least CJ has that red ring that he pulled out of 7.
Yeah, Fred's big hope here is just to find these 2 items as quickly as possible.
Yep.
And the good news is that he's also got information while he's doing it. He's found the location of Ganon. He might find the location of Zelda. So there's some exploration advantage that goes into doing this as well.
Absolutely. There's a hint that we don't care about anymore.
This should be a staircase.
Now, strangely enough, Q2.9 doesn't have a ton of staircases.
Nope, just, I believe it's 2 transports and 2 item staircases.
Yep.
Item 1, of course, we knew would be a heart. I think the only other item is a blue boomerang.
Yeah, we've not seen the magic boomerang. We've seen everything else. So that's something that CJ might pick up here in this level 6. Or you get a red candle.
Well, at least he's out. So now we go back to 8.
Now we go back to 8. And the ladder is not far in, but he still has to go all the way through 5. And that was not a quick 5 for Fred.
Oh, and there's the other item really quick for Fred. So, man, he's out of there. This is neck and neck. I love this.
Okay. I think you have to remember when you're trying to recorder to places with Quest 2 dungeons, the recorder locations are based on where the Triforce is on the triangle on your menu.
This is a logical play. There's 2 items.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's the worst play you can make because 7 at least has the red ring, but yeah. So when you're recordering, the level 8 and level 7 will swap when you get to them. And levels 2 and 3 will swap, levels 4 and 5 will swap. And I know I've watched other runners do it. I've done it myself where it's like, I just get it. It just gets mixed up, I do go the wrong direction because it's a Quest 2 layout.
I think this is the ladder.
Yep, this is it.
So yeah, this is a matter of how fast can Fred get through 6 and get back to 8 versus chessjerk clearing level 5.
Well, and did Fred get any? Did Fred see anything? Any of the items in 5? Does he go back there? He could
That's
still
a
go
fair
back to
point.
yeah, and he still could go back to 7.
Yeah, I still think that is the last spot on the map you go back to check is level 8.
All right, there's CJ into 5. Is loaded for this dungeon now.
Yeah, he's got pretty much everything you could want other than the magical sword.
And we're never gonna. We never saw a magical sword. He'd have a 60% chance of picking it up if we did. But there's nothing else to look for. There's the raft for Fred. Gets halfway down before he realizes I have that item already. Oh no, I don't think CJ has a potion. Because I don't think we ever got the letter.
Yeah, we did not see the letter either. See if Fred can find this NSU room with the candle.
Now, both of them would be very much helped out if they could find the map to their respective dungeons. Oh, there's the map for CJ, okay.
This might be the map room for Fred, too. Try not to die here. Nope, not the map room, but he does get heart at least.
Now, I want to say he's in the general vicinity for that map. Also of note, there's a official 2-room segment in this 5. There's also the unofficial segment where we just can't go through the wall there. Oh gosh, is this... I wasn't watching. Yeah, there's the map for Fred. So both our runners have their maps. But yeah, the other part of this dungeon is segmented off. CJ could not bomb through.
Unfortunately for Fred, he's got to clear every single room.
Yep. I mean, to be fair, CJ does. Yeah, they both have to. The one small difference is CJ at least has 2 things he could get that are useful, right? Because if you can get the compass, that also helps you out. There's no compass for the floor item, sadly.
Fred trying to get through this room on 1 heart.
Oh gosh,
no
red
sword.
ring. Oh,
there's a fairy.
Fairy. There we go. That's better. He's pretty close to the NSU room, I think.
Yeah, it's like clear over here on the side, I believe.
Yeah, of course, the other problem for Fred is he needs to get this last item and then make the decision to go back into 8 and get to that dig dogger room.
Yeah, if you didn't get either item in 5, I think you go to 5. I mean, there's just...
Yeah.
You don't go back to 8.
I think that's absolutely reasonable.
And then, like we were talking about earlier, there's almost no rooms left in 7, so that's obviously a better choice. I'm honestly surprised. I don't know that he saw either hint shop, but I would imagine that he did.
He's got plenty of money, yeah.
Oh, you've got all the money, so...
For CJ. Yeah, I'd absolutely...
It's 3 to 9.
With this much money, I would have absolutely gone to the hint shops before I would do any of this other stuff. Like, there could... Even if you don't get the silvers are in, or in this case would be Liak lurks with the silver arrows, you might get a hint that says, red candle and 6. Well, then once you found the raft here, you don't have to dig the rest of 6, because now you know what the other item is. Same sort of thing in 7. But yeah, CJ's just going to book it for 9, and he's going to be able to kill Ganon pretty quickly. I don't know that we ever found Zelda on Fred's side.
I don't believe he did, but he only went kind of to the right. So what is Fred's decision?
Yeah, it's 7. And it makes sense. Like, there's only a couple rooms. He'll get a red ring out of it, so he'll get the consolation prize, but I don't think he can clear this 7 fast enough, get back to 8 fast enough. Unless Zelda's in a really awful spot, because I believe this is where we heard yeah, this is Ganon right here.
Yeah, and Fred actually has a lot more rooms in here to clear than CJ did, because he didn't clear some of this earlier.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's right. Of course, Zelda just might be through one of these doors.
That would be typical.
That's always where you check first. If she's not here, you're gonna, well, okay.
Oh, it's a nice
level
one
9,
way.
Level 9,
Thanks,
doing
game.
level 9, quest 2, level 9 things.
Love it.
There is that door that goes through in that one-way sense. I would go right back into Ganon's room and check that last shutter door. And I think that's exactly what CJ's doing. And there
Seriously,
she
game?
is.
Come on.
All right, there's Zelda and CJ finishing up with an official race time of 59:56. Well done.
Yeah, what a lightning fast seed, even for last locationing the ladder.
Yep. Yeah, but it just came down to he had the recorder before he went into 8, and that was all the difference in the world.
Yeah, 100%. It's man, that's just crazy. Yeah, we were talking about you don't need any of the overworld items. Well, it turns out you did.
Yeah,
crazy seed.
You know, and that's, we were talking about those hints. Like if one of the hints is play a melody to get the item, and that hint, I think if I got that hint in particular, and I remember that Dig Dogger room, that's the first place I'm heading, because we know there are no dungeons that are blocked by the recorder.
I'm really interested to see what the hints are on this particular seed.
Yeah,
Somebody's
we're never
really
gonna know.
bored.
Yeah,
somebody's really bored and wants to play back through it.
Yeah, seed numbers right there.
For posterity. Yeah, Malkior making a great point in chat. Starting with the sword really makes a huge difference, because it, in a way, negates the overworld problem a lot if you get a nasty overworld, because you've just got, you can get bombs faster. You can do a lot of things like that. So for sure, it definitely speeds things up a lot, which I like. It keeps these things in a manageable time frame. Usually an hour and a half is about as bad as it gets on average. Obviously, there are some exceptions, but it keeps you from ending up with 2.5 hour seeds.
Ew. Working on getting CJ in for the interview.
Yeah, Fred gonna have to clear out this wizard room in order to find his heart container.
All right, looks like we have chessjerk joining us. GG's.
Thank you very much. How you doing tonight?
Congratulations.
Doing great. Yeah, nicely done. So, I don't know if you're looking at the race right now, but if you are, you might be able to guess what the big difference was.
I'm loading the stream right now. Yeah, I had when I last locationed the ladder, like you do.
Yep.
My main thought was, I hope that somehow I was thinking of things that could trip up Fred, and that the silvers were not in a great spot. And I figured that was my best shot. And from what I see, that apparently has come to fruition.
Yeah, he did not have the recorder when he did 8. So he got the
go.
ladder, got the Triforce, and we saw the Dig Dogger room. And I even said at the time, that's like, because he was starting to build up a pretty decent lead.
Yeah, I definitely felt behind. I don't know why I continue digging level 7 early on in the seed. I keep doing it, and I can't stop myself, and it's really annoying me. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
to be fair,
you got a red ring out of it the
dungeon.
second time.
Yeah, it is, and I had so much of it, quasi cleared. I thought, okay, I'm like pot committed here. You know, I have to be able to on this try. Okay, no, okay, now this try. No, this try.
Yeah.
Surely this is the try. And then
it was a bad dungeon today. With the wizard ropes and the Lionels and.
I felt much better coming back with 12 hearts red ring. Like, yeah, okay, now kill me. See how you do now.
And you had an any key to pay off the mugger this time. So.
Yeah, that too.
I mean, fortunately, the first mugger was very much not required, so you just up A out of it. But.
Yep. Oh, and I'm also remembering the red ring was in 7, so I didn't have red ring at the time, but I had a lot more. I had a lot more health and a lot better weaponry. So. Yep. Well, I could have had that if I had dodged the red bubbles the first time. I probably would have had the red ring about half an hour before I actually did. That would have been nice.
Truth.
Yeah, the bubble situation was not ideal, and I don't think we ever saw the potion letter. And we know you pick up hearts, so
yeah. I mean,
there was no potion in this game for you.
I have so much overworld left. It's pretty ridiculous.
Well, it's funny because I was talking about you don't need any of the overworld blocking items to beat this seed.
Yeah.
But then you need the recorder in the worst spot ever. And Fred's going to last location it because who goes back into level 8 for a dig dogger?
No one. And there's no reason why you should. And it just happens to be the right move in this case. And it will be the wrong move 99% of the time.
Like that's Rando in a nutshell, right?
That is Rando being Rando. And I know that all too well.
Yeah, I mean, like you last location your ladder, and you're still sub-houred this seed. I mean, like you guys are blazing.
It helped that level 5 was entirely ladder blocked, and level 9 was easy. Go up and then pick the right direction.
Yeah, with the one little troll of, hey, we're not going to let you walk right back into Ganon's room to go get the actual correct direction.
I hope Fred curses second quest in general if he does the same thing I did. Obviously, one way walk through walls.
Yeah.
Second quest.
So nice.
There's that second item out of 5 for Fred, and he's got to leave now.
The good news for Fred is that he already did the whole upper right-hand side. Both items are in the upper right ear. So when he gets that one way, he should go back and go to the left. But you got to love like 4-room level 9s.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now you just got to go back to the dig dogger room here. But yeah, I mean, you didn't even see. It was funny because we were talking about, how nice it would be if you could just buy arrows. We saw 2 arrow shops. They're both up in Death Mountain.
I was gonna say I didn't see one. I would have bought it in a heartbeat.
Of course.
I skipped the blue ring purchase, thinking, okay, I'm gonna buy arrows if I find them, and then I never found them. So. Yep. I mean, I got a bomb upgrade, so that was nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good bomb upgrade too. I want to say was it +5? It was pretty good.
+5.
Yeah.
Yep.
+5.
Yep. For a little bit expensive, but I mean, I had all the money in the world, and I mean, I have
with many secrets.
I have 4. Yeah, I have 4 secrets I just skipped because I had too much money. So.
Yep.
I mean, when your first thought is where are the door repairs and where are the shops, that leads you to think of what's going on in the seed. So.
Yeah, Fred bought a blue ring and he was maxed out on rupees about 10 minutes later again. Yeah. So
I definitely thought about that because I had like 4 chances to buy it. I thought, I'm gonna come across more secrets. I have another big secret out there somewhere. So
one thing I'm gonna ask Fred because I'm really curious is I don't know if he saw either hint shop because he's had all these rupees and never went to any of the hint shops.
Yeah, I saw them both. I mean, they're pretty accessible. I mean, unless you skip the forgotten spot, but the other one in the forest, that's pretty accessible, I would think.
And so I asked Chad if anybody wants to play back through to see if there's a hint that actually helps because, I mean, either way, right? Fred has 100%ed this seed and is still going to finish in probably less than 110.
Yeah,
there's just so much overworld, and he did Death Mountain too.
Yeah, when there's only one major block. And that really, and everything was pretty free except for silvers.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, the bow was right in our way, and you didn't need the power bracelet, and you had the raft, didn't need the raft. So
White Sword was early.
White Sword was
Red Ring wasn't free, but
the hints were cheap.
That.
I mean, I could have bought them all twice probably with all the money I had.
Yeah, looking there, Fred did not bomb the forgotten spot, so that is one hint shop he did not see.
Gotcha.
But I think he went to the forest. I'm pretty sure. But he knows where Ganon is, so this should be pretty quick for him.
Yeah, he got locked in here. Well, I guess he didn't get locked in because it is a bomb hole, but...
I mean, unless level 4 is your last dungeon you find in the desert open cave, but that seems so unlikely.
That he found outside. Yeah, it was. I mean...
Was it?
So,
oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the... Yeah, the recorder was looking like it wasn't going to be that big a deal for a bit, because there was nothing under it in the overworld. But then...
Does Fred know where Zelda is? Did he narrow that down?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
But I mean, he's been through a lot of this dungeon, so he just needs to pick the correct door.
Yes.
And he doesn't.
Going up.
He doesn't.
The literal 3-door Monty, but there's 2 zonks this time.
Thanks, game.
Oh no!
He is gonna go up.
Fred.
So it's gonna take him a little bit long. Oh nope,
Okay,
never mind.
Okay, shoot room.
Game
up
is
A.
kind.
Just start. Just go back to start here.
I wonder if
Okay,
you can bomb. I'd be curious if you can bomb left. That'd be fun.
I think he's done a lot of this right side.
Well, he was right. He was right below her room too. I wonder if he saw that. I guess not. He would have gone left then.
Oh my, Fred, go back! No,
This is the right way.
no. Oh right, never mind. I was a room off, like 2 rooms off actually. This is the right way. And there, Ganon rescued by the Gibdo.
GG's to Fred.
Yeah, I was 2 rooms off there. Because the first room has 3 doors. All right, finishing up with an official race time of 1:09:39. Like you said, still a really good time.
Yeah, you guys smoked both of my times so far this race or this tournament, so
I gotta think that you would have done pretty well in this seed, AJ. This is a pretty straightforward seed, except for as long as you dig second quest 8.
It's just that recorder, man.
With the recorder,
it's whether or not you found 4 before level 8 is really what this kind of comes down to.
If I had found 8 earlier, because it was. And I was gonna go when I was checking the Armos, the West Armos. I usually go to the left-hand corner, and I didn't this time. I went towards Vanilla Start instead, and I guess that may have saved me too.
Hey,
Looks
Fred.
like we have Fred joining us. GG's Fred.
Good game.
Great race there, CJ.
GG Fred, as always. We always have some interesting races, don't we?
Oh, definitely. You are by far one of the most formidable opponents that I think I have, and these races always turn out to be very interesting, at least.
They sure do.
Yeah, and I imagine you've probably figured out what the difference in this one probably was.
I mean, I've 100%ed everything except for maybe Tegenis on the overworld, so that is a major piece there. CJ mentioned finding the ladder late, which definitely would also help, I think, with some of the stuff. So,
yeah, although I found silvers the first time through 8 because I had the recorder.
Yeah, he had the recorder going into 8, and that just made all the difference in the world.
Yeah, I mean, once I grabbed the Triforce out of there and I had 2 out of 3, going back into the Spiral of Death for 1 item, even though I have to only check stairs, it's not a thing. So
Certainly not your high priority. I mean, HN even said this is the last place he's going. I'm like,
definitely not my high priority. And stop calling me Shirley.
But no, I definitely was not keen on going back to Second Quest 8, having only 1 item left. I had 2 items in 7. I had an item in 6. I mean, I was lucky that 5 was fully ladder blocked, so I knew ladder was not in 9. So I had at least that going for me. But
that was one nice thing. Although that was a nasty path to get up there with. Kill a bunch of Gibdos, into kill a bunch of likes, and to go through stairs, and surprise, here's a blue Landmo chasing you down.
Yep. Luckily, I dug the red ring out of 7 and was easily able to do that. So
I was on blue ring at that point at least, because I had. After I cleared out the start area there, however I routed things, I was at max rupees, and I was like, I'm 3 screens away from the blue ring.
I dug the dang thing. I spent an extra 8 minutes digging Second Quest 7 with 4 hearts wood sword. That was that was an exercise in futility, to say the least.
Wow.
And it did not pay off. It's a shame. If I had, I mentioned this, if I had dodged the red bubbles past the Triforce room, I would have had red ring in about 15 minutes.
Wow.
But, I had no sword and only 3 bombs, and I couldn't clear that room to get the red ring. So
you're doing that, yeah.
And I kept getting shut out. Just take the Triforce, and you'll come back later. And I did with much more weaponry. But it was nice to find the red ring at 50 minutes. But
at that point, you're like, you don't.
That wasn't what I was looking for, to say the least.
Well, I know, HN, you have a question for Fred regarding overworld cleared.
Did you find either of the hint shops, Fred?
No.
Okay.
At least I don't think I did. If I did, I'm
one
fairly
was
certain I did.
Spot, which you didn't bomb. The other was in the forest under a burn bush. So I was just curious. They were both really cheap. but that would explain why you didn't take the time to go back there and check those. I have asked chat to go back and see if there were any hints that would have been useful.
It's funny that I think one big secret would have bought almost every single hint.
Yeah, one shop was less than 100.
They were that cheap. It was They were really cheap. It was about 40 total for the one on the forgotten spot, I think. And the one in the forest was maybe 30, and 20, something like that.
It was under 100.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Wait,
I didn't
Forest or the Deadwoods?
Forest. One left of the vanilla 100.
Okay, let me go. Yeah, okay, that's the one spot in the forest I skipped.
Oh no.
Oh, if the silver hour hint is there, that's
brutal. I was planning to go back there. My planning was at the time all I needed was really level. I want to say level 2 or something. I need level 4.
Yeah,
that was my last
in the open cave. Yeah.
Yeah, that was literally the one spot I was looking for at that point. So when I said, okay, you know what, I'm gonna burn up, and then I'm gonna loop around and hit that when I go do the power bracelet spot down near start, because that was the only thing left near start.
Hints?
I'm heading towards there.
You're going to show us that it's awesome.
Oh, I want to see them.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's see.
You can probably buy them all twice with max rupees.
Oh, yeah. Well, step over the water for that magical boomerang that I was in 9, I believe. Yep, it was in 9.
Yeah, I believe that was in 9.
What magical boomerang?
Aquamentus had the other thing.
Okay.
The other boomerang.
All right.
And then Manhala threatened with the bow. Where'd this one? Where'd you say the other one was?
Forgotten spot.
Forgotten spot.
Oh yeah, okay. I always forget about where that is.
You walked right over it going to 9.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I don't need to check that one anymore.
No, you don't.
Imagine that.
I walked past it a couple of times, and I didn't have bombs the first time, and then every other time that I went past there, I'm like, oh, great. Yeah, I don't really, just didn't need it. Because every other time I think I was heading to 9 itself, and I'm like, oh, I don't need overworld stuff at this point, unless it happens to be a hint shop, but what are the odds of the hint shop being right here?
I also thought about getting hints myself, because, looking for the ladder, I guess I could have...
Oh, wow, this is a dirt cheap shop.
Oh, it is. I'm curious if I had done that, and I had bought all the hints. Maybe, I don't know.
If you had spent 13 rupees, you would have learned about the ladder.
Oh,
no!
That's crazy.
Son of a monkey. No.
No sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew that.
You knew that.
Yeah. And last one but not least is no feat of strength.
Okay,
we knew that too.
Yeah. Process elimination on those, but
yeah, so nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Nothing to help you.
Nothing about silvers.
Yeah, as I say, CJ would have finished the seed probably at the 50-minute mark if if you got
Why
that
didn't I
hint.
think about the hints? Would have saved me the entire dig of 6 and going back to 7.
Oh, what the minimum on those is 10 rupees, right? That's crazy.
It was really low.
Those were all really low. You're right. That's like incredibly low odds there.
For you, CJ, that red candle would have been great if you'd gotten it the first time you were in 6. If you wanted to get the race.
Could I have gotten to it with my?
You know what? I don't know.
That would have been a tough pull, given I had 3 hearts, wood sword. And,
yeah, exactly.
I didn't need any bombs at the time, so that would have been. Oh no! In that room where the red candle was, no.
Yeah,
no.
it was Wizrobes and Lionels
and
bubbles.
That room with 12 hearts.
A lot of oh my.
What are you talking about? I need a freaking ladder to stand on the water, get away from the bubbles.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that was a rough dungeon for sure.
I was so happy to see the item, but sad to see that's not the one I'm looking for. But thanks, game. What a spot! What if the ladder had been in that room? That would have been sick.
Oh God!
If only.
Oh, the nightmares.
Maybe next time.
All right, so CJ 2-0. How you feeling after 2 weeks of Swiss?
I'm exhausted.
3 more to go plus brackets.
3 more to go. Hey, that's. If anyone knows my history in tournaments, going 5-0 or 4-1 in Swiss is the easy part. It's not getting knocked out in the second round of the brackets. That's the hard part.
Hard truth, my friend.
But hey, I said it to Alsoa last week. There's 8 million scrubs in this tournament, but no, I draw all the hard competition, and Fred is no slouch. So
Yeah,
I did a win
absolutely not.
against Fred. And I think that puts my record against Fred to what, 2-3 or 2-4 or something like that.
We're really close either way.
It's
I don't
pretty
remember the
close.
exact amount, but
Yeah, it's really close. So
you always take me to the limit. So
I do what I
Great
can.
work.
I do what I can.
Can't wait to
And-
see you two
Succeeded.
match up in brackets too, because
And-
it's gonna
and-
happen.
Oh yeah.
And of course, Fred, we got you at 1-1, joining a lot of really good runners that are either
Yes.
at 1-1 or 0-1, and hoping to go 1-1 this week.
Yeah,
What are your thoughts?
the field on this tournament has been incredibly strong. It's surprising just seeing just how many people are at that level, and I'm just really excited about getting to play more people in this tournament, just because I'm going to get to play some cool people who I've played in the past, or some new faces that I haven't played before, and it's going to be fun. It's just going to be a battle. Get through, do what we can, try to make it into brackets, and then from there it's pretty much a bunch of coin tosses almost, it'll feel like. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Amen.
All right. Anything else either one of you wants to add before we go ahead and close this out?
I'll just say GG, Fred, and add another one of the books, and I'm sure I'll meet you again sometime in the future. Maybe sometime in the brackets. We'll see.
yeah, hopefully a great race again there, CJ. Thank you, by
Absolutely.
the way, Tracy HN for calling this thing, Malkier tracking and everything, Speed Game putting it on, and all the fun people behind the scenes running this, because this couldn't be done without this entire awesome community. So thank you all so much, and we'll see you hopefully soon here.
All right. Thank you, Fred. Thank you, CJ. And of course, this wouldn't happen without Fred, because this randomizer is his creation. So
I hear he created the whole thing. Is
yeah,
that crazy?
I hear. Isn't that?
I know,
can't
right?
believe it.
All right. But yeah, so we have right now, we do have another race going on over on Speed Gaming 2. That is Potato Pony versus Paratroopa. So I know I'm going to be heading over there once we're off the air, and I'm sure a lot of you will head over there too. Races tomorrow start at 7 o'clock in the evening. I'm not going to read them all off because there are a ton of them and I do not know what's getting restreamed, but definitely keep an eye both on the Z1 Randomizer channel, on the Speed Gaming channels, to see what races will be on tomorrow. All right, and of course, thank you to Malkier, our tracker, doing a great job behind the scenes. Trackers always are MVPs, can't do it without them. And HN, it was a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know that I've had a race with you, so it was good times.
This is the first time, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope we get to do it again.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow for more action.